All right, well, looky what we found. The beautiful Miss Tlalamba, thankfully, has come back across Gary Main, and she's now just on the banks of the Mloati east of Twin Dams. So, aren't we lucky? You'll have to excuse me if I use the radio again. I'm just guiding another vehicle in. Yeah, I'll keep coming. She's just straight in front of my Volvo, about 30 metres in. So yeah, you never know, hey? Nice. You'd think she'd be lying in the shade and keeping out of the rain, but she seems to actually be gracing us with her presence, standing out to the open as well, which is fantastic. Actually looks as if she might have her eye on something. I'm not sure. You can just see that body posture. You see that tail twitching a little bit. Some interest in something. See, look at that. Ducked her head down. There must be something in the bushes off to my left and where she's looking. I love the way these leopard tails twitch. It's like they're trying to hold their excitement in, but they just can't. So it's like they channel all of that excitement right the way down through their body, and it ends up in the tail, and the tail just can't quite sort of let that excitement seep out without giving it away. Alright, well, welcome back. Tlalamba is still in the same place. I think she's decided that it is a lazy day after all. We're just having a little bit of a clean. She's got probably very muddy paws, sandy paws, after wandering around all the morning. I'm surprised she was out and about. I mean, you do see leopards wandering around in the rain, but I'm still amazed that she's lying out in the open. Although, in fairness, it is not raining hard now, it is just a light drizzle. If that, more sort of spitting, you could say. But the ground is fairly wet, as you can see. And you can see that she's got sort of muddy paws. But leopards, like all cats, are very fastidious. They do like to keep themselves clean. Clean the face, lick the paws, clean the face. Keep those whiskers nice and in good condition for sensory reception. Of course, that tongue of hers is incredibly rough. It's got those sort of spiky bits on, which are just actually designed, well, it helps to remove parasites from the fur and little burrs and seeds and things that get stuck in the fur, but ultimately what it's used for is for stripping flesh off of bone. So she'll be able to lick the bones of whatever it is that she catches, and she'll be able to remove some of the flesh from it. It's like sandpaper. If you've ever been licked by a domestic house cat, you'll know they have rough tongues, so you can imagine how rough the tongue is of a big cat like this, or a lion even more so. And even sometimes when they are grooming, you can hear them licking. You can hear that roughness sort of going across the fur. Oh, she didn't like that noise. Sorry, Tlalamba. She's got a good idea, though. Certainly, as soon as we get back, I shall also be having a nice warm shower, I think. She's glared at me and at the other vehicle recently. Maybe she's embarrassed. Nancy, that's a good question. I don't know of any other animals that get wrinkles on their paws or their fingers. I mean, elephants are covered in wrinkles at the best of times anyway. I don't know, Nancy. I would think maybe they're... this is something I'll have to go and look into for you, or perhaps if you have a domestic cat at home, you could check. I don't know whether they're the pads on the underside of their soles would also wrinkle a little bit in wet weather and sort of act a little bit more like tyre tread for better grip. I've never heard of it, but I suppose it makes sense but obviously we use our fingers, and our opposable thumbs are a bit more important for picking things up and achieving tasks and using tools and things. So I would think, I'm sort of letting my brain run with this, but I would think it might be an evolutionary response to using tools with our hands and needing to grip things efficiently, whereas really for the cats it's just something to walk on. But having said that, if you look at a cheetah's paw, their back pad, those ridges which cause those three lobes on the proximal pad of a cheetah. Oh, she got a little fright there as a dove flew over her head. I was actually a cuckoo, not a dove. So that the cheetahs have much sort of deeper fissures within the pads where those three lobes are, where the dips are in the lobes. They travel much further up the pad, so they almost do act like tyre tread, and we believe that is an adaptation for gripping whilst running at high speed, just like you would have running spikes on a pair of track shoes, for example. But I don't think I can think of anything else that would have an obvious response to rain in terms of that. Maybe monkeys do. Interesting to know if gorillas or chimps, perhaps, if their fingers do something similar, but I've never heard of it happening. But good question. I like the way your mind works. With this little spate of cleaning, because we're having a proper good bath over here now. We've done legs, we've done face, we've done neck, now we're moving on to flanks. I wonder if this is going to be a precursor to movement, which it often is after they've had a long sleep, or whether this is a precursor to right now I'm going to flop down and spend the day here. It almost suggests that she's decided, right,